The one piece of advice I would give leaders before a major rollout: call Telaid. No, seriously, I think you should ask yourself what happens long term to your company if you do not do this major rollout. Normally, when large rollouts fail, the early warning signs are disconnection between the integration, the design doesn't match the customer's environment. Also, you have scope creep continues to increase, and the original SOW becomes lost in new expectations. The schedule becomes more important than providing a true system upgrade or repair. Planning mistakes that create the biggest downstream problems during implementation. Once again, prioritizing the schedule over making sure the solution is stable, standardized, and ready for the customer environments. Number one, not receiving input from the team members that will be impacted by the new technology. And lastly, probably, what is the true migration plan? Not asking where we are going, basically not looking out 5 years, but really you should be looking down the road 10, 20 years. Stakeholder alignment before a rollout begins is extremely critical. The real question should be, do all the stakeholders have the same interpretation of the end goal? Simplification, ROI, and again, real achievable timeline expectations. Most organizations commonly underestimate complexity. Number one, I'm going to say, is the integration between existing and new technology will work seamlessly. Most customers do not have a true understanding of their existing systems and believe future hurdles quickly fixed with simple software scripts. So planning problems become vendor relationship problems when no one wants to take ownership for open issues. We always talk about accountability. It's imperative. When the rollout falls behind schedule and no one wants to reevaluate the current issues, scope creep against the original rollout objective. Vendor-client relationship misalignment after the contract is signed can be a problem. Neither party clearly documents and agrees in the contract on the what ifs. A person from both sides must be the overall owner of all the unknowns and find a mutual compromise and deal with them swiftly. Communication breakdowns create the biggest execution risk during deployments when not addressing and tracking real issues and/or concerns. Thinking issues will resolve themselves is a recipe for long-term relationship strain. The real difference between a strategic vendor partnership and a transactional one is the ability to compromise, sharing responsibilities during setbacks, issues, and hurdles, but working diligently together for the overall goal of the rollout, but also equally sharing in the successes and giving shout outs for great moments to your teammates. Oh, yes. I've seen situations where the technology worked, but the partnership failed. I will refer to one of my previous comments. The end user had no input up front, hated the new system, and ultimately the vendor got blamed for the failure. Scaling beyond a successful pilot is difficult for many organizations because all hands are typically on board during the pilot, but parties reduce check and balances, daily, weekly status calls, and key team members move onto other projects before the processes and procedures are fully baked. For a successful rollout, key team members must stay connected or at least reachable when needed. What usually breaks first when companies scale too quickly is communication. Team members do not fully understand the processes and procedures because they are not fully understood. Organizations balance rollout speed with operational stability. It's a simple concept here at Telaid. It's called crawl, walk, run approach. This method normally gives time to find 99% of anomalies in the rollout. User adoption when scaling enterprise technology is extremely critical. It's the ROI. The system rollout is only successful if the customer's employees actually use it. The metrics that actually matter when evaluating rollout success: does the company actually operate more efficiently, effectively, and show a path for future technology improvements that will continue to differentiate them in their industries and markets? The one piece of advice I would give leaders before a major rollout: call Telaid. No, seriously, I think you should ask yourself what happens long term to your company if you do not do this major rollout.